I'm a scientist studying human mating. Here are 3 facts about situationships. First, it probably isn't going anywhere. A 2020 longitudinal study followed 192 people in situationships, and they found that at the end, only 15% of them ended up going official. And you might think, oh, Mackin, well, maybe they didn't want that, right? And it's interesting because they broke it down by desires at time 1, and still, only 15% of people who initially wanted a romantic relationship ended up getting one. Second, for women, a situationship is usually a situation to be changed, whereas for men, a situationship is usually the situation they desire, at least for the men who have them. 2011 study looked at hundreds of people in friends with benefits types relationships and found that while about 60% of men wanted to keep it that way, 70% of women wanted to see a change. Yes, true to the kind of what are we stereotype, women were much more likely to want something more. But much more interesting, women were also much more likely to want something less, right? They're more likely to want to move things towards being just friends. Third, and finally, I think this can be an effective strategy to obtain a romantic partner. I mean, look, 15%, that's 1 in 6, so it's a dice roll, not a lottery ticket. And low probability bets are strategically prudent if the risk is low enough or the cost is low enough and the return is high enough. And when I spoke to Helen Fisher, she told me that in her data, starting out with an unofficial but active relationship is a very normal progression for modern romance, at least for young Americans. So 2 things can be true at once here. This is a relatively low probability path, but it's also one of the more common ones walked.